For all my Dubs homies, we're getting closer and closer to 18,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Currently, 17,912 of you have subscribed to Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Let this be your offseason hub for everything Warriors. So either hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Welcome into Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Let's take a look at maybe what the Warriors are going to do during this pivotal offseason coming up as they try to get back to championship contention. Fansided put out an article looking at 3 NBA playoff performers who are currently competing in the postseason right now, who the Golden State Warriors should pursue during NBA free agency. As we know, let's just hope and pray that Klay Thompson comes back, because if you pair him up with Steph Curry and Draymond Green, it is my belief that the Warriors can get back to competing for the Western Conference title. As for the Warriors free agents going into this big offseason, a lot of decisions for Bob Myers to make. Kelly Oubre Jr., going to be an unrestricted free agent. Kevon Looney has a player option. He's been a great formidable force in the front court for this team during some of those championship runs. Kent Bazemore was a nice bench option as an unrestricted free agent. Jordan Bell, late season signing, also going to be free to hit the open market as well. And Nico Mannion, going to be a restricted free agent, so we'll see if another team tries to offer him a contract as a free agent. Name a free agent you want the Warriors to sign, though. There's a bevy of them, and of course we're going to get to a few coming up on today's show. Leave those names in the comment section down below, and let's see what you come up with. As for those free agent targets that Fansided put out there, let's first take a look at Bruce Brown. I know on the Brooklyn Nets the focus is on Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, as well as Joe Harris. Bruce Brown has been a pretty solid player for the Nets, especially with Kyrie going down, without James Harden during the playoffs. I'd actually really like to see the Warriors pursue him, and he has really shown in flashes he can be a pretty solid player. Love the floater game that he has, and he will totally be cheap on the open market. Another guy who's been even better than Bruce Brown, who has surprised a lot of people, who was kind of getting ripped apart and shredded in previous years, especially when he was with the Detroit Pistons, Reggie Jackson. Without Kawhi Leonard in Game 5, he was making it rain. In that series against the Mavericks, Reggie Jackson, outside of maybe Kawhi Leonard, was the top and most important player ahead of Paul George. He's been excellent. Here are his playoff numbers. He's averaging almost 16 points per game, shooting nearly 50% from the floor, almost 44% from distance. Those are elite numbers for Reggie Jackson, kind of a spunky guard who's got a lot of explosiveness and can kind of knock down shots from anywhere. Somewhat streaky, but I do really like him. Danny Green, currently out right now for the choking Philadelphia 76ers, out for a couple of weeks because of a calf strain. Not sure if he's going to be able to return. Obviously, that hinges on whether or not the Sixers can stay alive. But a veteran option who in the last 3 years has won an NBA championship with 3 different teams. It's been somewhat ridiculous. I mean, the guy has 3 rings, and this year, a pretty good knockdown shooter, 9.5 points per game. At this point in his career, is a pretty solid defender, but not an all-NBA caliber guy like he was in the past when he was winning all these rings with the Spurs, with the Lakers, with the Raptors. But I really do like Danny Green as a player. And his base salary this year, in his last year of his contract, it's high. But going into next season, I don't think he'll demand all that much money on the open market. So pick one to sign of these 3 guys, current playoff performers who Fansided threw out there. Type B for Bruce Brown, type J for Reggie Jackson, type G for Danny Green. Get your votes in the comment section down below. When we wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that we do? We reach for our phones after that alarm sounds. And the first app that I pull up, it's the Newsbreak app. If you want to know what I'm talking about in terms of the best app on my phone right now, go to chatsports.com/WarriorsNB. That link at the bottom of your screen will redirect you to the App Store, and you'll be able to download the Newsbreak app for free. As far as Newsbreak followers, doing a really good job here at Chat Sports and on Warriors Today, but check this out. Lakers Report has more followers than Warriors Today on the Newsbreak app. That, to me, is flat out unacceptable. So, download the Newsbreak app by going to chatsports.com/WarriorsNB, search Warriors Today, smash that follow button, This will be the best app on your phone because on one single feed, you get all your local news that's aggregated from all your local news sources, local news, weather, politics, pop culture, sports content, and Warriors Today content. That link is in the description as well as the comments of this video. Big offseason for James Wiseman, number 2 pick in the 2020 NBA draft. At times he was really good, at times he wasn't, at times he clashed with Steve Kerr, coming off that meniscus injury in his knee. And there were some reports that we talked about here on the show of James Wiseman being in contact with the big ticket. Kevin Garnett to set up offseason workouts with one of the best forwards, one of the best big men in the history of the NBA. And James Wiseman said on Thursday, for this upcoming offseason, as he continues to rehabilitate that knee injury, it is on his to-do list to link up with KG and practice with him, work out with him as he enters a critical year 2, because let's be honest, the Warriors really need him after somewhat of an up and down and underwhelming rookie season. Here's what he had to say about working out with KG. And I love KG. Man, he's just a fierce competitor, and I think he could instill that in James Wiseman. Wiseman said this on, the Dubs Talk podcast. He said, we should. I'm getting better rapidly at a high rate. I'm getting better each day because I'm taking care of myself. It still should happen for sure. So if James Wiseman is going to link up with Kevin Garnett, I think, as I mentioned, he's going to instill that confidence, that swagger, that cutthroat mentality. But here's the thing. Like, so many Warriors fans were freaking out about James Wiseman after his rookie year. He's going to be just fine. Yes. Should the Warriors maybe have drafted LaMelo Ball, who just won Rookie of the Year? Possibly. Would he have been a better fit? Potentially. But I think James Wiseman is going to be a very, very good player. Let's not forget all the things that he dealt with at Memphis, all the things he dealt with in his rookie year. Guy's like, 20 years old? He's going to be fine. Pump the brakes. He has a lot of potential. I think he'll fulfill that as well. His rookie season in 39 games, he was good at times. He was really explosive at times, and you saw a rim-running athletic big who can really affect and alter games. 11.5 points per game, almost 6 rebounds. He shot 52% from the floor as a rookie, and as he continues to work on his game, maybe with Kevin Garnett, and extends his shooting out to the perimeter and starts knocking down corner and wing three-pointers, my goodness, look out for James Wiseman as being a serious problem. On Kevin Garnett wanting to be a mentor for guys like James Wiseman. There's a bunch of guys who I watch and see things I can help with. Face-ups, how they rip through and how they hold the ball, anticipation on defense. A lot of these guys get into foul trouble because they're not in the right position. I want to be able to share the gems that I was able to acquire over the years. I think this is one of the best decisions, one of the best moves that James Wiseman could make going into year 2 to link up with a guy like KG, who won an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics. He was a multiple-time All-NBA player, a Hall of Famer. Like, when you think about the Mamba mentality and guys who will get after you, who will do anything to win, to improve their craft, that is Kevin Durant as we summarize that up. And if he can pass Kevin Garnett, if he can pass that on to James Wiseman, that would be excellent for the franchise, but also for James Wiseman as he goes into year 2. So what do you think about James Wiseman's ceiling? Is he a top blank player in the NBA? Top 50? You want to be bold, say top 30? Get your votes in the comment section and let me know what you think about James Wiseman's ceiling. Help get Warriors Today by Chat Sports to 18,000 subscribers. A couple ways for you to do that. Either go to youtube.com/WarriorsTV or hit that red subscribe button down below. This is your offseason hub with everything going on with the Golden State Warriors, NBA free agency, latest news and rumors, NBA draft scouting profiles. We're going live for the NBA lottery on Tuesday night, so subscribe right now.